the module 5 of matrices and determinants, we are going to learn today the criteria for consistency and inconsistency of equations. So in the last module, module 4 of matrices and determinant, we have learned matrix method, and to solve matrix method we use this equation Ax is equal to B. When we multiplied A inverse on both sides, we got this equation x is equal to A inverse B. We know that this x is the matrix of variables. A inverse we have to find by using the coefficients of matrices, and B is the constants, where A inverse is adjoint of A upon determinant of A. So if I keep this A inverse in place of this A inverse, I will get adjoint of A upon determinant of A into B. So you can easily see that the numerator is adjoint of A into B. To test the criteria for consistency, what we have to do is we have to first check that whether the determinant of A is not equal to 0 or not. In the previous module, we have seen that whenever the determinant of A is not equal to 0, we have easily found the unique solution, that is the values of x, y and z for the equations. So whenever the determinant of A is not equal to 0, you can find the value of x, that is the variables x, y, z, by using this x is equal to A inverse B. If determinant of A is equal to 0, then we have to check the numerator, that is adjoint of A into B. So adjoint of A we know how to find, and then we have multiplied by B. Because both are matrices, we will get equal to a null matrix. If we get equal to a null matrix, O represents null matrix, then the system is consistent and it has infinitely many solutions. But if this adjoint of A into B is not equal to null matrix, then the system is inconsistent, that is, it has no solution. So these are the three criteria in the matrix method. If it is not equal to 0, then the equations can be solved, therefore it is called unique solution, as we did in the previous module. If determinant of A is equal to 0, then we have to check the numerator adjoint of A into B. If it is equal to null matrix, then the system is consistent and it has infinitely many solutions. If it is not equal to null matrix, then the system is inconsistent, that it has no solution. So in the board exams also, the criteria for consistency and inconsistency can be asked. Let us some example. It is from the NCERT only. Question number 5. Examine the consistency of the system of equations. Here we have a 3 variable equation. These are the 3 equations. We have taken A from it. A, you know, it is the matrix which is showing the coefficients 3, -1, -2 in the first row from the first equation. 2 is the coefficient of y, so the coefficient of x is 0, 2, -1, then 3, -5 and z is 0. So this is A. X, we have 3 variables x, y, z, and B is the constant 2, -1, 3, equal to, after this in the equation we have 2, -1, 3 as the constants. So first we have to find the determinant, and you can see here after solving the determinant we are getting 0, which means that A is a singular matrix. So determinant of A is equal to 0, therefore we have to check the numerator, that is adjoint of A into B. So adjoint of A, here they have found all the cofactors from this matrix A. For example, 0 minus 5 is -5, this is the first cofactor. Similarly, they have found all the cofactors, then we have taken the transpose to get this adjoint. So after doing the multiplication, adjoint of A into B, you can see this is not equal to null matrix. So adjoint of A into B is not equal to null matrix. This is O actually, not equal to null matrix. Therefore, the system of equation does not exist. That is, the system of equations is inconsistent. That is, it has no solution. So we don't have to solve this further. In the next example, we have to show that this is consistent. So remember that consistency has 2 forms. Either it can be unique solution or it can be infinitely many solutions. So let us see. We have taken Ax is equal to B in this form, Ax is equal to B, where A is the coefficients 2, -1, 3, 3, 2, -1 and 4, 5, -5, x, y, z, and the constants 5, 7, 9. So first thing is to find the determinant. You can see here, after finding the value determinant, it is equal to 0. So we have to check adjoint of A into B. So after checking the adjoint of A into B, You can see in this example, we are getting null matrix. All the cofactors have been found. Then we have taken the transpose of the cofactors. This is the adjoint of A. Then the matrix B, adjoint of A is multiplied by B. You are getting null matrix. So because we are getting equal to null matrix, so it has infinitely many solutions. That is, it is consistent with infinitely many solutions. There is one method also to solve for infinitely many solutions, but it is not asked in the board exams also. Here they have solved it. To solve this, we have to put the third variable z is equal to k. Now this equation will become a two variable equation. That is, in place of z, we will put k here in the equations. So you will get a two variable equation. Then you can easily solve this equation for two variable. You can see the next slide. For two variable equation, this k will become a part of the constants, that is b. And you can easily solve it for a two variable equation. That is, we will get the value of xy only, and z will be k as it is. Though this type of solution is not as in the board exams, in this way you can solve consistent equation which have infinitely many solutions. Another type of question on matrix method. This is the next slide. This is the slide. Determine the product. This has been taken from the solved examples from NCERT. Determine the product of these two matrices and use it to solve the system equation. That is, in this particular question of solving linear equations, we have to solve this product and then use it to find the solution, that is xyz. So first we have to find the product of these two. You can easily see that the coefficients of these equations 1, minus 1, 1, 1, minus 2, and 2, 1, 3 these are used in this matrix. So we will give this matrix a name A. We'll name it A, and this we have taken as another matrix C. So what we have to find is CA, the product CA. So while you find the product CA, you can see here you will get the identity matrix of order 3. That is, 8 is in the diagonal, so we can take 8 common, so it is 8I3. The product CA is giving an identity matrix I3. So I can write it as 1 by 8 CA is equal to I3. That is, 1 by 8 C into A is equal to I3. So we know that this matrix A, we have to get A inverse to find the solution of these three equations. To get A inverse, what we'll do is we'll multiply both sides by A inverse. So when you multiply both sides by A inverse of this equation, you will get A inverse is equal to 1 by 8C, because A into A inverse is I, and A inverse into I is A inverse. So in this particular question, we don't have to find A inverse by the normal method of adjoint of A upon determinant of A, but you have to directly write C here. C, we know this is C. So C divided by 8 is the A inverse. So we can directly use this A inverse to find the equation, solution of the equation in the right. This is AX is equal to B. So AX is equal to B. We can see A is here, X is this XYZ, and B is 491. Because we already found the inverse of this A, that is, it is C by 8. So we can directly put A inverse is equal to C by 8 into B. That is, you can solve it further. Multiply these two matrices, you will get 1 by 8, 24 minus 16 minus 8. So it is 3 minus 2 minus 1. You can always check the answer by substituting these values in the equations. So these are the another questions of the matrix method which are asked in the board exam also. So practice this from the NCERT book also. Thank you.